to today's video podcast. I'm Ken Jolly from Butcher Boy, and we're going to show you how we do our corned beef today. You can make corned beef out of pretty much any kind of cut of meat there is. We've done it out of briskets, which is a traditional corned beef. We've done it out of rounds, which seem to be kind of dry because they're so lean. So we came up with what we do is a shoulder. We call it the shoulder clod heart. It's the heart of the shoulder clod. Trim it up so it's nice and lean. It's the most tender and most flavorful piece of meat we've found to make corned beef out of. So I'm going to show you how we brine it and have it all ready for you for your corned beef and cabbage dinner. So what we're going to do is we're going to run this through this machine here, and it's going to pump the brine into it. We have a special formula that we use for corned beef that was kind of handed down by my grandfather to my uncle and then to myself, which is the secret old family recipe, which I can't tell you the whole thing, but it's pretty much salt, brown sugar, pickling spice, and it has some cure in it. Normally, in the old days, we would take this piece of meat here and we would make the brine, and we'd submerge it in the brine, and it would take about 30 to 40 days for it to be done. Then we went from there, we went to a hand pump where we pump the brine into the product, and it would take way less, maybe a couple days. Now we got a machine here that pretty much does it automatically. I put the piece of meat in there, I turn it on, I have my brine here, and it pumps it right into the brine. And as soon as it goes through this machine twice, within 24 hours, it's ready for use, ready to be cooked. So I'll turn the machine on and show you how it goes through here, and it pumps the brine into the meat. So anyway, after we run it through the brine machine there, we're going to put a little net around them just to kind of keep them uniform and held together like that. So that's pretty much a finished product without the pickling spice. There'll be pickling spice added to the brine.
So we just watched Mr. Meat make the corned beef. Now I'm going to show you how to cook it. Corned beef is pretty simple. Start out with a nice big corned beef, get all your veggies, usually carrots, red potatoes, yellow onions, and cabbage. And you basically just cook it in water. You can do it on the stove top, like we're going to show you, or we're also going to show you how you can do it in the oven, which is going to be braising it basically. The key to corned beef is just lots of moisture when you're cooking it, and cook it low and slow, get it nice and tender. It should just about be falling apart, and it'll be just super yummy. When you buy your corned beef at Butcher Boy, we throw pickling spice right in there, which is part of what goes into the brine to give it the good flavor, but it also helps to throw it in the liquid when you're cooking it and give it even more flavor. So we've already got that going with just water and the pickling spice. Take one of our favorite beer, the Guinness, dump that in there, and let's get this nice stock kind of cooking up. And it doesn't have to be boiling before you put the corned beef in there. Throw your corned beef in there. And that's pretty much all you need to do for the stovetop. We're just going to put that on high, get it boiling. As soon as it starts rolling, you see bubbles, turn it down to low, let it simmer. And as far as time goes, you're going to cook any corned beef up to about 8 pounds. It's going to take about 4 hours on the stovetop. So like I said, just a little simmer, a couple bubbles coming up every once in a while. We're going to let it go about 3.5 hours. Then we're going to put all of our vegetables on top of it. So after you've cooked it for about 4 hours, last half hour with all your vegetables in there, you're going to pull this corned beef out here. We put a net on ours, so you just want to kind of cut that open. So you're just going to slice that up, and as you can see, it's almost falling apart. You can actually just take your knife and kind of shred it, but I like to get some decent slices out of it. About 1/4 of an inch thick or so. We're going to put these guys right here on the plate. It's kind of a big plate, that's how I like to eat mine. We'll get all the good veggies, red potatoes, carrots, cabbage, yellow onions. Just going to pile that up. I always put a little mustard or some boar's head horseradish on the plate next to my corned beef. And there you go, it's a traditional Irish boiled dinner. So like I said, the other option to cook your corned beef, you can do it in the oven. Really simple, just get a nice big roasting pan. You're going to put the same liquid in there, your beer, your water, your pickling spice. Throw the corned beef in there, I always cut the vegetables a little bit bigger, get a nice big chunk of cabbage, just because they're going to be in the oven for a couple hours, so they won't turn to mush on you. Just throw that all in a pan. You're going to cover it up with foil. I'm going to throw it right in the oven, and we're going to cook that whole thing about 300 degrees, about 4 hours. Any corned beef up to like 5 to 8 pounds, right around 4 hours. Bigger than that, you might have to go about 4.5. Then same results after it's all done. Just pull it on out, take the net off, slice it up, plate it up, and enjoy it. Thanks for watching our podcast. We'll see you soon.